Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, RCAF Snowbirds CT-114 Tutor fleet grounded. Aircraft Electronics Association issues 2022 Q2 Avionics Market Report. Paul Allen's Warbirds squadron sold. Welcome to Airborne Unlimited. I'm your host, Holland Lee. Let's get into today's stories. RCAF Snowbirds CT-114 Tutor fleet grounded. The CT-114 Tutor aircraft flown by the Royal Canadian Air Force's Snowbirds Flight Demonstration Squadron have been ordered grounded until a deliberate, detailed, and broad airworthiness risk assessment can be completed. The move was ordered by the Operational Airworthiness Authority for the RCAF, Major General Iain Huddleston. General Huddleston somewhat prosaically stated, quote, "Royal Canadian Air Force aircraft cannot be flown unless they are determined to be airworthy and safe to fly," end quote. The grounding comes in the wake of an August 2, 2022 incident that saw a Snowbird CT-114 make what Canadian military officials called a hard landing in a field southeast of Runway 11 at North Peace Regional Airport in Fort St. John, British Columbia. The pilot of the downed Tutor, despite an impact site fire, escaped harm. The cause of the incident remains under investigation. Referring to the August occurrence, General Huddleston added, quote, "Given that the cause of this accident remains to be determined by the Airworthiness Investigative Authority, I have ordered an operational pause on the CT-114 Tutor fleet as we continue the investigation and commence a thorough operational airworthiness risk assessment process. We will return the fleet to flying operations when it is safe to do so and in accordance with our rigorous airworthiness program," end quote. And after the break, United puts down $10 million eVTOL deposit.
Unbridled passion, unequaled performance, unlimited possibilities.
Hartzell Aviation, you are cleared for takeoff.
Introducing Hartzell Aviation, leading general aviation companies united by the Hartzell guiding principle of built on honor, a commitment to uphold the highest standards in quality, performance, and support. Hartzell Propeller, Hartzell Engine Tech, Hartzell Aerospace Welding. We are Hartzell Aviation.
Now boarding at hartzellaviation.com.
Skyleader Aircraft offers a lineup of the most powerful, durable, and efficient light sport aircraft in the industry. From trainers to roomy cockpits for long hauls, Skyleader has an aircraft for you. And the best part? They're in your budget. Skyleader's base prices are set low to give you room to customize your aircraft to your needs, desires, and wallet, allowing you to put your money where it matters to you most. Visit flyskyleader.com today to learn about our aircraft, customization options, and chat with the team.
Are you tired of tucking your phone under your headset to make a call and having cords and adapters strewn about the cockpit? Experience wireless cell phone communications and your personal music with Pilot Communications BlueLink 2. BlueLink 2 gives you a wearable link to two Bluetooth-enabled devices at the same time and can even control your phone and music. Use BlueLink 2 with your existing headset or a Pilot Communications headset from pilot-usa.com.
Welcome back. Now let's take a trip around the patch for some other interesting stories. United puts down $10 million eVTOL deposit. Archer Aviation has received a $10 million down payment for 100 specimens of a four-place eVTOL vehicle the company is developing from United Airlines. The yet-to-be mass-produced contraption, somewhat ironically dubbed Maker, is currently undergoing flight testing. Archer claims Maker will have a per-charge range of up to 60 miles and a maximum speed of around 150 miles per hour. Archer Aviation acquired United as a customer in January 2021. The airline subsequently placed an order worth $1 billion that will fetch it some 200 of Archer's eVTOLs. Clay Lacy expands Waterbury-Oxford airport operations. Business aviation powerhouse Clay Lacy has broken ground on a $20 million expansion of its operation on Connecticut's Waterbury-Oxford Airport. The expansion's first phase will see the construction of a new passenger terminal, executive offices, and a 40,000 square foot hangar. The 11-acre complex will create 200 jobs with an annual payroll in excess of $32 million and provide work for approximately 420 construction workers. Van Nuys Runway reopens. Van Nuys, America's busiest general aviation airport, is celebrating the reopening of its runway 16 left, 34 right after a $13.1 million renovation that saw the entirety of the runway's 4,000-foot length rebuilt, festooned with new service markings, adorned in new airport signage, and showcased under new LED lighting. The base of the new runway comprises 100% recyclable materials. The repair work is expected to endure another 2 decades of sun, smog, automobile incursions, police chases, and what have you. Artemis launch date nears. Humankind is returning to the moon, and it's departing on August 29, 2022. Its ship is, anyway. NASA's SLS rocket is slated to make its inaugural launch in just 3 weeks, thereby kicking off the Artemis era and heralding the metastasis of identity politics from the Earth to the moon. The 322-foot Space Launch System is a bit shorter than the Saturn V's stately 363-foot stature, a good deal taller than the 184-foot Space Shuttle booster configuration, and more powerful than both its predecessors by 13% and 15% respectively. Well, that's it for today's trip around the patch. Let's get back to the rest of the news. AEA issues 2022 Quarter 2 Avionics Market Report. AEA represents nearly 1,300 member companies in more than 40 countries. Their Avionics Market Report for 2022's second quarter showed an 11.7% increase in avionics sales over the previous quarter and a 19.9% increase over the same period in 2021. AEA President and CEO Mike Adamson states, quote, "It is encouraging to see sales continue to climb, up nearly 16% compared to the first 6 months of 2021. But we also must consider the inflationary pressures that could factor into that increase." Companies participating in the market report indicated they had increased their prices nearly 6%, which is substantial, yet below the 8.5% rise in the U.S. Annual Consumer Price Index reported in July, end quote. Year-to-date, worldwide business and general aviation avionics sales netted $1.3 billion, of which $727 million was ascribable to the forward-fit or factory-new market, with the remaining $615 million deriving of the retrofit market. The figures, driven primarily by a 35.6% increase in forward-fit sales, represent a 15.8% increase in total sales compared to the first 6 months of 2021. This year's second quarter forward-fit sales of $373 million marked the second largest sales total in that category in the report's history, just shy of the $376 million reported in the second quarter of 2019. And after these messages, Paul Allen's Warbird squadron sold.
Aviation Safety Resources is disrupting the market for aircraft emergency parachute recovery systems. ASR systems are smaller, lighter weight, and offer longer repack cycles than similar products available in the current market. ASR has a recovery system available for every type of aircraft: sport, experimental, light sport, general aviation, urban air mobility, vertical takeoff and landing, electric propulsion, and unmanned aerial systems. Find the right product for your aircraft at aviationsafetyresources.com.
At Diamond Aircraft, innovation is in our DNA. Whether you're taking to the skies for training or business travel, every aircraft in Diamond's lineup features innovative technology, an industry-leading safety record, superior performance and efficiency, and a comfortable flying experience. No other company has pioneered as many aviation firsts, achieved more milestones, or received the same amount of industry praise as Diamond. Discover why Diamond Aircraft is one of the most trusted manufacturers in aviation at diamondaircraft.com.
Well, hello, fellow pilot. I'm John King.
And I'm Martha King.
You know, we've all had our flying lives disrupted lately.
Well, King Schools is here to help you stay up to date with courses that you can access on your desktop, iPad, or iPhone. If you'd like a refresher or just want to expand your aviation horizons, we have a course for you.
So head over to kingschools.com/Rusty today for details.
Welcome back. Paul Allen's Warbird squadron sold. Paul Allen was many things: an entrepreneur, a tech mogul, the owner of the Seattle Seahawks and Portland Trailblazers, a philanthropist, and a good software engineer. He was also an aviation enthusiast, the sort who applied his considerable means to the acquisition of not only contemporary business jets, but iconic historical aircraft, the preservation of which behooves the whole of mankind. Allen curated a literal museum of warbirds and aviation history, machines such as a de Havilland Mosquito, an Ilyushin IL-2 Sturmovik, a Junkers Ju-87 Stuka, a Mitsubishi A6 M5 Model 52 Recent Zero, an F9 F2 Panther, an F-86 Thunderjet, a trio of F-8 Crusaders, and a magnificent Boeing B-17E Flying Fortress. These and more aircraft were home-based at Allen's Flying Heritage Combat and Armor Museum in Washington's Payne Field. Allen's 2018 death called into question the future of his collection. Enter entrepreneur and philanthropist Stuart Walton, grandson of Walmart founder Sam Walton and driving force behind the Wartime History Museum. Mr. Walton, after hinting in April 2022 that he'd be interested in acquiring Allen's aviation and military artifacts from the deceased's estate, has done so. Walton plans to reopen Allen's Flying Heritage Combat and Armor Museum, which closed in March 2020, at its current Everett location. No changes in branding have been announced. And that's our show for today. You can catch episodes of Airborne on YouTube, Roku, or Fire TV. Just search for Aero-News or Airborne, and don't forget to follow us on social media. Thanks for watching!